views and opinions expressed in this show are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of AG and Associates, its subsidiaries, or its affiliates. We value diverse perspectives and open discussion, fostering a platform for thoughtful conversation.
Hello, it's time for All Good, your favorite weekly show. My name is Abby.
And I'm Jem, here to bring you an extra dose of joy and positivity.
For the heartwarming stories that brings us together.
And for moments of goodness that we all need more for.
This is All Good Season 4! Alright, Jam, August. We're almost done with August.
Yes, and the best part about August, of course, is a taste of the Philippines.
Happening this weekend at the Seafood City parking lot. And A&G Associates is a partner presenter of this celebration.
Again?
Always.
What an honor it is, of course, to bring you all the food and all the culture of the Philippines in one plate.
Yes.
Let's dive into some uplifting news from around the globe. Bring it on, Glorife.
Jasper residents begin recovery after wildfire evacuation. The Jasper residents are starting to return to normalcy after being allowed back into their town following a devastating wildfire that forced the evacuation of the entire community. Residents returned on Friday after nearly a third of the town structures were lost. The wildfire status now being held rather than out of control allowed the evacuation alert to be lifted. However, the RCMP continues to monitor the area to prevent unauthorized access. Jasper National Park remains closed, but Biet Hot Springs has reopened, offering free access to Jasper residents. Despite the damage, the community is coming together, with neighbors reuniting and supporting each other. An estimated $283 million in property value was lost. Parks Canada has warned of bear sightings, urging residents to report any encounters to the Parks Canada dispatch. Together, Jasper is proving that resilience and community spirit can pave the way to recovery, even in the face of adversity. Taste of the Philippines is back. The highly anticipated Taste of the Philippines is returning for its second edition, set to take place on August 24th to 25th, 2024 at Seafood City parking lot. The event will run from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day, offering a whole weekend of festivities. It is organized in partnership with Seafood City Supermarket and support by various sponsors, aiming to unite the community in celebrating Filipino cuisine's diverse flavors and traditions. Attendees can expect a wide variety of vendors offering traditional and modern Filipino dishes and other services that highlight the vibrancy of Filipino culture. From street food favorites to regional specialties, the festival will offer something for everyone. Also, the event will feature a live performance by renowned Filipino artist Luke Mejeres. After a successful debut last year, the Taste of the Philippines has quickly become a must-attend event for those interested in exploring and celebrating Filipino culture. Don't miss out on this exciting culture event. See you there.
Thank you for the news updates. Indeed, that was insightful.
It is. Before we bring on our guest today, you won't want to miss this because we have a brand new mechanics that make it more exciting than ever. Live viewers, local and international, brace yourselves for something extraordinary.
The amazing giveaway!
Hello, all good viewers. We have something special just for you as a big thank you for your continuous support. It's time for our amazing giveaway. This time, we have a brand new mechanics to make things even more fun and engaging. Here's how you can join in and stand a chance to win amazing prizes. First, comment on this episode with a memorable quote from our guest. Did something they say stand out to you? Share it with us. And second, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just search for Golden Ink Media, hit the subscribe button, and you're all set. It's that simple. Comment, subscribe, and you could be one of our lucky winners. Thank you for being part of All Good community, and good luck. Keep watching for more exciting contents and giveaways, only here on All Good.
Be sure to follow the mechanics to qualify. Exciting prizes are up for grabs, brought to you by our sponsors in partnership with Golden Gate Media, which provides the following services.
Digital content creation, photo and video production, web design and development, and of course, social media management.
And this is the moment we are about to meet our special guests.
And one thing that really makes me happy about these guests that we're having, yes, is the first ever guest of All Good Show.
What's this gentleman?
Yes, that is representing one of our babies.
Yes.
Yes. And now they have grown.
He's now a toddler.
I know.
The company is now a toddler. It's bigger, it's stronger, it's better.
Louder. Indeed. Louder, which is my favorite description.
Yes.
Yes, they're being louder.
So we are proud to present to you the pillars of Ascent.
Absolutely.
Immigration and employment.
Let's prepare for an exciting conversation. Join in giving a warm all good welcome to our guests, Lee,
Chester
and Nancy from Ascent
Employment.
Employment.
So now we've come to that part where, yes, we want to talk to our guests, but before we hear our guest fascinating insights, let's take a short breather and stay with us to witness our guest in the forefront. We'll be right back with more from
All Good!
Step into beauty's embrace at Eden Spa and Skin Clinic, where every moment is a celebration of your unique beauty. Discover a curated collection of treatments, each designed to accentuate your natural radiance, tailored to bring out the best in you. Eden Spa and Skin Clinic. Your journey to beauty begins here.
Macro Financial, your financial solutions made simple. At Macro Financial, we understand the importance of offering assistance when you need it most. Personal loans, emergency loans, first-time home buyer deposits, and fly now, pay later options. Get the support you need. Macro Financials, empowering your financial journey.
With All Good Season 4. Let's continue our conversation with our amazing special guests, Lee, Nancy, and Chester from Ascent Employment.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire the first question.
Yes.
What are the key industries or sectors right now in Canada that are hot, and high in demand?
There's actually a few sectors in Canada right now. Number one is farming, right? So agriculture has been probably one of the biggest sectors of Canada. In Alberta, the conception is that we have oil, right?
Yes.
But we actually have agriculture as well, right? And there's a ton of different jobs in Alberta, especially in the rural areas, right? That are not being saturated, right?
Okay.
Unlike metropolitan areas.
So other than farming, what else?
So what we've looked at so far are
there are like bakeries, bakers. They are very in demand in other remote areas, like most places in between Calgary and Edmonton. We're working on a lot of employers with bakeries.
Yeah, yeah, because that segment right there from that distance that Nancy just mentioned, there's little towns in there, and they are really looking for people that will be more than willing to start up there and you know, to build their family.
Yeah, I noticed like it's the best place to start here in Canada. Like of course, when you've been here 5 years, you don't want to be there. You want to be in in the city. Yeah.
Yes, I think the amazing thing about Alberta is a lot of people don't realize how large the land mass of Alberta is. Alberta can actually fit like 5 Philippines inside it.
Easily.
Okay? So that's how large Alberta is. And there are a lot of small towns. And when we talk about small towns, we're talking about like a small population but big land mass.
That's
Right. Yes.
So what else are the fields? Like, so we have agriculture, bakery, and
Processing
Processing.
is probably one of the biggest ones, right? Right now, Chester is actually working in a project that we've initiated. It's reaching out to the caregivers, right? So we've been reaching out to a lot of senior housing.
Retirement homes, and a lot of them have jobs that people are able to move into and learn right away, such as housekeeping, cleaning, cooking, dishwashing, serving, or anything that these retired residents need help with.
So now my major question. If there are so many jobs in Canada, and there are so many applicants in Canada, I mean outside Canada, inside Canada, where is the gap? Why don't we just...
Right, so very good question.
What is the challenge in fitting
In fact,
them?
many of our candidates as well as employers are asking this question. Why can't we just do this and do that, right? It's not as easy as it may sound, actually. There's a lot of different immigration rules. There's a lot of different laws that we need to observe. Many of illegal recruitment are involved to this. There's human trafficking, right? I'm saying these heavy words right now because this is the reality of what placement really looks like, right? So when it comes to placement, we really need to be sophisticated on the processes that we have. We have partners all over the field, right? The manpower agencies, schools, technical schools, right? People that are really know what they're doing when it comes to having double checks. Right? Last thing that we don't want to happen is the Canadian government having this diplomacy issue, right? With the countries that we deal with, most specifically Philippines. Right?
Yes. With that being said, though, we know that when we talk about immigration, is a huge process that we're going to deal with. And I think one of the gaps that has been identified in there is how are you going to navigate throughout the immigration process of the workers and employers, right? Because that's the bridge that would take them so that we could be able to get them together and to have that partnership together. Now, when we say immigration, language is one of the key factor for our applicants and even our employers to consider. How is Ascent navigate through that requirement, like language proficiency? We know that a lot of third world country, English is not our first language. It's not. So there's so much to learn into that. So how would Ascent come into to provide assistance into the language proficiency of our candidates that's coming in?
The good thing about Ascent is that we actually have a sister company called AG Education, right? And part of the initiative of AG Education is...
we have short courses to boost up their chances to be able to land their job. One of the problems to us, going back to your question, like the gap, that's the reason why there's Ascent employment. We are the bridge between the employers and the seekers.
I like that.
One of the reasons why that I encounter with our candidates and the employers is that they don't know where to start. And I always tell them that that's the reason why it's good to reach out with professionals like Ascent Employment, where we can put them together and do the work. They just get to us and we'll do the work for them.
And one thing about Ascent too, because it's so easy to just put out a placement agency. A lot of people just think that they would just go into the registry, get a license, get an incorporation, and then boom,
and that's it.
Yeah, you have a placement agency. No, Ascent Employment is licensed.
Yes, we are. So we have our national license, right? And we also have partners in the immigration that are registered immigration consultants, right? So we can't really go around that, right? There's no such a thing as let me connect two and two together and then boom, that's it, right?
And so I think that's what's unique about Ascent, that you are an immigration and employment agency. So now you can see, like you were telling me a few days ago, that a lot of immigration agencies are running employment services. What is the problem with that?
When you run an employment agency within an immigration, right, there's actually going to be some sort of a conflict, right? There's a bit of I would say some sort of favoritism, right? Of who's going to get in and who's going to be left out. So what Ascent did is we developed a program called Apply Canada program, right? And in this program, we really give the opportunity to the candidates to play on the same level of playing field, just like everybody else. So nothing really, when it comes to placement, people are talking about how much money involved in this particular placement, et cetera, et cetera. In Apply Canada program, we really give back to the candidates, right? And so something that we really pride ourselves is that we've even have candidates that found jobs in that particular program without paying anything.
Exactly.
right? And you know, and I'm not saying that all of them are going to be like that,
Right.
right?
Yes.
But the opportunity is there though, and it's only Ascent that is offering that, and that what makes Ascent unique into that angle. It's because you see how the process and how it navigates to get into point A, from point A to B.
That's
And it's
right,
not
yeah.
just like point A and then collecting all applicants and then just create a pool and then suddenly they're nowhere to be found.
Yes.
You know
That's
what I
right,
mean?
yeah.
And we have encountered a lot of victims into that
yes.
already, that they pay
It's
$1,000
heartbreaking.
Yes.
to go and talk to an immigration consultant, and then 10 years later, nothing happened,
Nothing
right?
happened, yeah.
So,
And I think one of my questions is, how do you deal with these difficult clients, right? Because I know my office is across from theirs, and I hear a lot of like back and forth. So on one hand, you have this candidate who has experience but no education, which is very common in our agriculture sector, because they were raised to farm,
Yes.
but they don't have the like the formal
Certification,
schooling
yes.
or the certificates. On the other hand, you have these clients who are, no experience, has the education.
exactly, yeah.
How do you deal with those?
So what I always tell our team is that placement is actually an art, right? And a science as well, right? So when it comes to matching them, we really need to be sophisticated enough to identify what those areas are. So for example, if somebody has an experience and has trouble speaking English, for example, we enroll them to an IELTS exam or some sort of
Class,
assessment, right? In the Apply Canada program, we have an assessment.
The professional assessment program that we offer to them, and that's another documentation that prove their abilities and their capacity to do the job.
Amazing. I would like to jump into this because there's a lot of misconceptions. When you hear the word "come and work to Canada," you know, and stuff like that, you will see
Right.
these big posters and people info session. We're coming to the Philippines right
Yeah.
now to provide you with information and stuff like that. What is that misconception? So that we could be able to warn our viewers right now, specifically our international viewers right now. What is that misconception when you hear those publications or those announcements that says "come work to Canada"? What is the misconception?
Probably one of the biggest misconception is that do I have to pay a lot of money, right, to come here, or how much is it going to be, right?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest conception. Probably one of the biggest question that a lot of candidates have.
Yeah.
And the answer to that is that there's going to be migration fees coming to Canada. It doesn't matter where you are. Even if you're going to in Southeast Asia, in Japan or Korea or Hong Kong or in North America, it doesn't matter where you're going, there's going to be fees involved. But what's interesting is that the amount of those fees. And for example, international students, right?
Yeah.
They pay over $40,000 in some of these, organizations, plus their living expenses,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Plus the rent,
crazy,
right, and
yes.
everything else.
Yeah.
Now, if you truly are ready to make that commitment to come to Canada, and by the way, Canada is a beautiful country, right?
Can't argue that.
I've been here 16 years.
Yeah.
Chester is what? You're
Born and raised.
born and raised,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Canada is our home, right?
Yeah.
And now inspiring other Filipinos, for instance, to come to Canada,
Yeah.
it's a huge thing for us, right?
Yeah.
Because we want you guys to see the value that this country can give,
Yeah.
right? I mean, these ladies right here, right, that created this entire thing, that's a testament already for Filipinos to come to Canada because be successful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's going to be that investment, right? And that investment is not for you. It's for your families. It's for the people around you, right? It's for the generations to come, right?
It's for your future.
Yeah.
Let's do it like that, because Canada itself is promoting come and start your family in Canada because we've got an amazing opportunities in here, right?
That's right.
And I like to capture that, like start in Canada,
Yeah.
meaning to say, you know, you don't come here and expect that you're going to be in level 10.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
That's
Right?
another
Yes,
misconception.
yes.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's beautiful,
Yeah.
but we have to temper that. We
Yeah.
have to embrace the fact that we start from one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
yes.
zero.
And we,
Yeah.
and zero.
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 Not
And
a
we
one.
have to be willing.
Sometimes negative as well, right? All the way.
Yeah,
That's the
like,
reality.
with all the
Exactly.
expenses after coming
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to accept the
Yeah.
that you're starting from 0, 1, or even negative.
Yeah.
What advice would you give that person? Let's start with Chester because
Yeah.
he's so quiet.
I know. And we're not used to that.
He's so talkative.
I know.
Yeah, so I would say come in with your papers ready and the funds ready so that you are able to just pay whatever needs to be paid and talk to the right people, and so you are guided through the process and not scammed, most of all, because there are a lot of scams going on.
Yes.
So research
And research as
before
well.
you pay.
Yes, definitely. Because Google has everything.
Yes.
If you're going to meeting with somebody and stuff like that, and you know that there's a little bit of a red flag that is going on, consult to Google. Google their companies, Google their names, Google their affiliations, because that's one easiest way and free way of trying to identify to whether or not the person that you're talking is really a legit representation of this opportunity that you're looking for at this time as well. Nancy.
Yeah. One of the things that I tell to our clients, is you have to be very willing to, as Ms. Jem said, get down. Like even if you are a doctor in the Philippines, I've seen people who come here and a cleaner, and they do their best.
Correct.
We, especially us Filipinos, are very hardworking and very willing to go down and do what it takes to be where we want to be.
Yeah.
One of the things that I say also to them is you have to do all it takes to be there. It doesn't matter where you want to be in the future.
Yeah.
As long as you get in your feet in Canada,
Correct.
legally, you can do whatever it takes, wherever you want to be.
Exactly,
True.
yeah.
True.
The process it can be enormous and it can be ever changing. So what is the regulation right now with IRCC? How can you describe the immigration or the IRCC regulations? Do they stick in one regulation? Do they change all the time? How are we doing in that aspect right
I
now?
love that question. You know, I probably received 3-4, calls, right, in regards to that. IRCC is a, is a fascinating thing, right, in terms of opening and closing opportunities.
Yes.
Right? And, for the time that I've been here and actually studying the cycle of immigration, right, I went back all the way from 2001, 2002, 2004, when my parents actually migrated here. I see the volatility of it, right? There's going to be ups and downs of regulations. What my advice is, right, to really approach the people that know what they're doing and the legitimate ones, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can search up regulated immigration consultants, right? Registered immigration consultants online, right? In the College of Immigration Consultants.
Yeah.
You can search them up there. You can see their reviews. You can see, if they're active. And what we're saying is that do your due diligence to do the research, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no such a thing as being ignorant in this kind of process. You're spending, you're investing. You need to know exactly what you're trying to get into, right?
Exactly.
So regulations in terms of IRCC, go read it, right? It's free.
And I think that's one of the major misconceptions. We can lump that under the misconceptions that a lot of people who came here in the beginning were able to do it yourself.
Yeah.
The DIY. It was
I'm one of them.
because- Oh yes. That takes not just amazing brains,
Right.
Yes.
but amazing patience.
Yes.
Yes.
It was more probable in the past because the regulations were more stable. Now with the growing population of Canada, we see that changes can happen within 3 months.
Yes.
I remember that when I was still receiving updates, regular updates from IRCC, we would be lucky if we would get it in 3 months.
Correct.
Now sometimes we receive
In a week.
something in a week.
Yeah.
So, and then the changes are implemented immediately.
Yeah. And again, I like, sorry Lydia to cut you off, and I like what you mentioned there, that IRCC can be an amazing door that can open for opportunities, but they can be as mean as however you describe it when they shut those opportunities and streams. And we've seen that in so many different levels right now. So that's why these applicants that we have needs to be updated from time to time so that they know exactly, like maybe tomorrow no more bakers are allowed in Canada.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
Oh
or,
my goodness.
Or next day there would be no farmers allowed in Canada.
Yeah,
we just don't
I
know.
think one of the best things that happened this year was the hospitality like there was
Pathway.
a pathway
Yes.
that
Yes.
was open, but it was only
24
open for a
hours.
few months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
24
24
application.
hours,
Filled
yeah,
up,
24
yeah.
hours after
then
the
they shut it
applications
down.
are filled
Yes.
up, it's done.
Yeah, the bottom
know.
line is that regulated immigration consultants are there to actually help, and it really depends on the candidate on how they mitigate their risk. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course we can still. In fact, today we can still do our own applications on our own.
Yeah.
But do you risk it of being, declined, right, or disapproved in that particular application? So that's why you have these professionals
Correct.
that does this for a living. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, can you describe what Ascent can do into our viewers right now, and try to invite them to come and visit you, where they can visit you, where they can contact you, what programs and and outreach that you guys are trying to do right now. Where can they find you next week? Where they can find you next month if they want a face-to-face consultation with you? The floor is yours. Let's start with Lee J.
Oh, you can visit us at 1305 33rd Street. We have a physical address, right? We don't just work from home. You can come to us, and we can have one-on-one consultation. We also host a monthly webinar, right, online for information session about the programs of Ascent. You can visit us at our website as well. Ascent Employment, ascentemployment.ca,
Yeah.
and our Facebook page, Ascent Employment and Immigration, as well as our LinkedIn.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, they can call us anytime.
Yes.
We're ready. Weekend, nights, or evenings.
Yes.
If they,
Yes.
Or
because
wherever you
that's
are.
who we are.
Yes.
Because you know that
Because their morning is
yes,
our evening.
That's
Yes.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to be willing to be able to cater them because we don't wanna lose their opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes, and so
definitely.
you can call us anytime. Ascent Employment.
Open 24
yes,
hours.
Open 24 hours. We made it.
Yes, right.
Yes.
And
so-
for employers,
For employers?
For employers to reach out, we can give them a call, or we can communicate in other ways, like sending them an email or just marketing ourselves
Yes.
and showing who we are and what we can do with
Yeah.
these employers and these candidates that are looking to work together and find the best talent. So that's what we can give.
Yes, and also watch them because they will be at Seafood City at least once or twice a week as well,
That's right.
representing
Every
A&J and Associates. Every Friday they will be at Seafood City. We're starting in Calgary right now, but who knows? They might be going in other Seafood City branches later on because the demand is really, really high right now.
It is.
For more information about coming in and becoming a client of Ascent Employment. All right. After this three season, right? We're shaking things up. We're doing something different.
If it were not for the bullying of our creative director, Wawi, okay, we will be doing this. And for the first time, we're breaking tradition. We're giving our guests the chance to turn the tables and ask us one question.
so is that going to be 3 questions?
No!
Just one
Just one
question.
from the entire group.
Oh,
Yeah, one
well,
from
the
the entire
mechanics weren't really
Yeah.
clear on that. So, do you have a dying question that you want to?
Dying question.
Yes.
Like any question.
Any
Any
question.
question? Yes.
How the confidence you have every day. Where do you get those? Even if sometimes you're sleepless, you're working here and there, like running every minute, you still sit down there with like a good voice, like having all those, like,
How do you do
where
that?
is it all coming from?
I think I will just borrow the song, The Warrior is a Child.
I love
think,
that
yeah,
song.
yeah, I love that song because it talks about, how every day we are in battle.
My husband's favorite song.
There you go. And my favorite song too, because every day we have to stand strong for the family that we stand for the companies that we stand for.
Yes.
And of course, our strength will only come from that one place, right? That gives us deeper meaning, right? It's, of course, the Almighty.
It is. It is. A confidence comes in so many different shapes and forms, and what you see as confidence in us, as your executives, is a cloak that we wear whenever
Yes.
we get in that door every morning. It is then our responsibility to wear that because we are leading you guys. And if we don't have that, Jem and I should just walk out that front door.
Yeah,
because-
bye.
because that is exactly the empowerment that we wanted you guys to see as we work together as a team in building this family that we have started.
True.
So yeah, confidence, it can be something in what you breathe in. It's confidence, something that you read from. It's confidence, something that you spoke with someone when you're lining up trying to get your breakfast, or a phone call at 7 a.m. when the fire alarm is triggered.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That I normally get, or 12 a.m. when the alarm is triggered. All those kind of things. But it is something that comes from within, and confidence cannot be faked. I want you to understand that. There is no way that you can fake confidence.
Yeah.
Because once you have it, you'll have it forever.
True.
I know that it's something you can build. As you know, Miss A, you know me, but I'm here in front of camera. And
Yes!
I take it from you guys. I see
Yes.
it every day, and you guys are very inspiring.
Aw, it is so sweet.
I like this turntable.
Oh, yes.
I'm finally liking it now.
You're finally liking it. No, I still don't like it.
I love it.
Indeed, that was an enlightening discussion. Your insights are so invaluable,
Yes.
especially to those who are planning to come to Canada.
Exactly. The opportunities that Ascent Employment is providing, it's undeniable that it's one of the best out there, so seek them out. And to our viewers, stay with us. We'll be back shortly with more of All Good.
Step into beauty's embrace at Eden Spa and Skin Clinic, where every moment is a celebration of your unique beauty. Discover a curated collection of treatments, each designed to accentuate your natural radiance, tailored to bring out the best in you. Eden Spa and Skin Clinic. Your journey to beauty begins here.
Macro Financial, your financial solutions made simple. At Macro Financial, we understand the importance of offering assistance when you need it most. Personal loans, emergency loans, first-time home buyer deposits, and fly now, pay later options. Get the support you need. Macro Financials, empowering your financial journey.
And we're back. We appreciate you sticking with us. And a big shout out to, of course, Peralta Elementary School, to all the teachers and students out there taking recess right now just to watch the show. Thank you so much for supporting us endlessly. Puruganan, Dingras, Ilocos Norte, Villan, we have a family in Peralta, Dingras as well.
Yes, and I'd like to say thank you to University of Baguio. Congratulations on the last Olympics. We have one Olympian who brought home the bronze.
Yay!
Yes, and thank you so much for opening your doors to keep the Olympic teams training in boxing. And of course, Syndrome, thank you so much for covering the Olympics, and to all our Olympians. Shout out, of course, to our favorite Olympian, the gold winner and bringer, Carlos Yulo. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings with that. But anyways, we would like to thank Golden Gate Media, our production team, for their hard work and dedication to making All Good Show a hit.
And thanks as well to all our sponsors, to our loyal viewers, to our guests, to the community, and to everyone who makes the show possible.
Yes.
Thank you, grazie, salamat, danke, lahat ng thank you words. International.
You
diba?
name it,
I'm
yeah.
going to find out how to say arigato and all the languages of thank you.
Tochesai, that's in Cantonese.
Yes. And
all
so
right.
before we say goodbye to our guests, dear viewers, here's your last chance to join the
Amazing giveaway.
Hey there, awesome viewers of All Good Show. This is your final chance to join our amazing giveaway. We're so grateful for your support and don't want you to miss out on winning fantastic prizes. First, drop a comment with a quotable quote from today's guest. What words of wisdom or fun moments stood out to you? Let us know. Second, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Simple search for Golden Gate Media and click subscribe. Hurry, the clock is ticking. Comment, subscribe, and you could be one of our lucky winners. Thank you for being part of All Good Community and good luck. Stay tuned for more exciting contents and giveaways right here on All Good Season 4.
Stay tuned for the winners' announcements. We will share it on our Facebook page, ANG Associates. And to cap it off, our wonderful viewers, we want to hear from you. So please comment below and tell us who you'd like to see as our next guest on the show.
Also, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our social media accounts. Just search Golden Gate Media on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube.
And of course, if you missed our previous episodes, you can watch them all and be of course, binge watcher like me on our YouTube channel.
Before we end today's discussion, we'd love to hear any final thoughts or words from our guests. I will start with Mr. Shy over here. Chester, last words to our
Last
viewers.
Yeah, so I hope that we can all find the placements that we need so that we are able to place our candidates with the right employers, as well as continue to build and help Ascent grow into what it needs to. And that way we are able to reach more of our clients and give them what they need in terms of their business and their growth.
Perfect. Nancy.
For those who are willing to come here to work in Canada and the employers who want to hire the qualified candidates, we are here to connect you with them. This is who we are. We are your bridge if you don't know where to start.
That's right. And Ascent Employment is probably one of the fastest growing employment agencies and immigration in Canada, right? So we service East Coast to West Coast. It doesn't matter what part of Canada you're trying to get into, right? We always have a partner there. We have resources for us to place you in there. My last really words in terms of this is that coming to Canada is a dream for many people, and achieving greatness in Canada is almost there, right? So, for those of you who are having doubts, for those of you who are having this fear of should I do it, should I not do it, there is Ascent Employment. You are not alone in applying for jobs in Canada. You are not alone in processing your immigration papers or finding the right employers, the legitimate ones. We are here, right? So you can attend the webinars, right, that we're hosting, as well as one-on-one consultations, and we're here to help.
Where they can find the webinars portal or link?
So the webinars are actually posted on our Facebook page, right? That's the best way for you to get in touch with us. You can also request a one-on-one consultation, right? Based on availability, since we have, we give this for free, by the way, with this consultation. There is going to be workshops involved as well, right, that are paid, and that's a service that we offer, right? But for a few minutes of consultation, that will just give you the right insights, right? The nuggets you need to get started, right? That's always free. But keep in mind that there's a ton of inquiries coming in, so we need to make sure that it's first come, first served basis.
Perfect.
So with that, of course, we want to give you the AG spirit. There you go.
Here you go, Luigi.
I know there is such a big team behind you guys, so please don't forget to share it with your entire team.
Exactly, yes.
Whoever calls us first.
Okay.
That's right.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. Signing off with positivity in every line.
Remember to join us every Thursday at 5 p.m. for another journey into brightness and delight.
Until next time, stay positive. Keep it good.
As it should, let the goodness within set the mood where every moment feels all good.